Hey, Shalom, Markins, Rakam, Makapash from Jim Islam, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles, the GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole for that experience, truth, and all sincerity. Back again with another video. Let's go and entitle this, Lord willing, this is the last time, and it's concerning this whole Christmas period, that the world celebrates in reverence of idols, because that's pretty much what it is. This has nothing to do with the Lord. They trying to mask it as such, that this day has got something to do with the Lord's birth and all this kind of stuff. But the truth is, it doesn't, and it has its roots back in paganism, right? In the worship of other gods. All right, and basically we're told not to, follow in those footsteps, man. To be caught up in these vain traditions, or these wicked traditions. Like I said, these all go back to pagan traditions and witchcrafts that have gone on for a very long time, and people just continuing on with them, man. But being convinced that it has something to do with the Lord, or whatever, man. And so they feel all right in their conscience to continue doing these things, in ignorance. But Esau has this holiday, or his high holy day, set up for his reasons, for his purposes. Why he promotes it. It's why, he, allows everybody to be off work, and so they can participate in the festives, and offer up, this energy, towards these idols, man, because Esau worships these idols, man. That's why he has this day, because it's very convenient for Esau, and using the 25th of December, and because all these, because of the date, and everything that it signifies, all these religions around the world, and different belief systems, and they all have something in common on the 25th. So all these idols get worshipped today, pretty much. It's like, all of them, right? All of them get worshipped today. Everyone except for the Lord, of course, who is an actual power, who's actual God, not an idol, But because of what's Christmas has been turned into, and the dates around it, what it really signifies, is all these nations are worshiping idols, all these different idols, all in one day. I'm putting that energy out there, man. For the elites and that, But again, it's something that we're to not be participating in, man. Christmas has got nothing to do with us. In the day, if you're eating, or someone's inviting you out for dinner, it's food, isn't it? That's all it is. Because there's no such thing as an idol to us anyway. But these things don't really exist. But obviously, if these men or people that you're around are deeply into, praising whatever idol it is, or whatever the case may be, then you might want to maybe not want to be there. I don't know. Or just pray over your food in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because at the end of the day, man, these people are just caught on ignorance, right? It's just the elites use these days to, fuel their ambitions, But in the scriptures, it's against all of this, all these things that are set up, because they're not biblical, none of them, right? Easter and all these other holidays that Esau, puts out there. Here it is, he's supposed to be, a man of God and all this kind of stuff, British, they believe in God and all this kind of stuff, but they don't follow no customs, no actual high holidays that are in the scriptures. He got all his own ones, and he's trying to pass it off as if they're legit, okay, when they're not. All right, but nothing me talking, man. Let's just get into the scriptures, man. It says Amos chapter 5 verse 21 says, I despise your feast days, and will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols. Right? You Jake out there thinking that you're doing a good thing today. You're thinking, oh yeah, it's the Lord's birthday, and we've got to celebrate, and celebrating in the name, in his name and in his father's name and da 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 da. But you're doing the complete opposite of that. You're actually disrespecting, right? Because you're too ignorant to even know what you're doing, who you're worshiping. You can't even get their names right. Crying out loud, you know what I'm saying? So you're doing the complete opposite, man. You don't even know. This is why you're going to be destroyed, right? But let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. So ye have offered unto me sacrifices, offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel. But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and your Kion, your images, the star of your God which you made to yourselves, right? And I say we're putting out all these Christmas trees that represents all these idols and all this kind of stuff, and the tinsel and all the decorations and that, right? It's the same thing that our people were still into these other gods. Even though the Lord presented himself to us, they still wanted to go into that. They weren't built with faith. They didn't have faith in the Most High. So they still kept onto, certain of these gods, man. But like I said, you can't tell a Jake not to celebrate Christmas, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's blasphemy to them, man. You can't do that, But yeah, they stuck on these idols, man, and these traditions that they've been raised up in, right? Rather than being about the scriptures and actually understanding the scriptures and know that these things that have been set up for us to participate in are not for us, man. That we shouldn't be involved in that. Verse 27, therefore will I cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus, saith the Lord, whose name is the God of hosts. Right? So the Lord, fucked us up, man. And the Lord's going to fuck Jacob that, ain't getting it right this side too. It's Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Right? All these traditions, like I said, they all have an ancient, what's the word I'm looking for? It goes back to ancient times, man, and these different with these different heathens, these different nations, man, and they've all kind of been amalgamated into one event. This event in particular being Christmas. Which is just like I say, it's there for mass worship. It's for mass worship. We worship all these idols. Because when the Roman Catholic Church kind of introduced Christmas, it's really so everybody can worship on that same very day, right? So you could bring in all the different, bring people from all these different religions and for them to accept Christianity. It was convenient that the day is convenient for them, so that's why it was made that way. So the converting, they get to keep some of their traditions. Because traditions are a heavy thing, man. You've been raised up a certain way and you're doing all these things year after year after year, generation after generation, man. It's hard to get out of that, man. And so the way you kind of incorporate these people is kind of making it more palatable, man, more familiar, right? And that's what the Roman Catholic Church did, man, and brought all these people into Christianity whilst they were still able to serve and do things, that are attributed to the other gods they were used to be serving. But now they just, it's Jesus Christ or whatever, that's the mask they put over it, and it's still going on today. So we're following traditions of the heathen, and they don't belong to us. All right, so thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, right? For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe, right? And this is what people are doing right now. They're putting trees up inside their house, which, represents Nimrod, his penis and that kind of stuff, and they decorate it. It tells you here, they deck it with silver and with gold and all the tinsel and the lights and all this kind of stuff, right? They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not, right? They fix it to the ground. Now you buy one in the home, you get the base, right? You get the pegs and you put it in the base and you squeeze the pegs in and it holds it up. Same thing, right? But that's where it comes from. That's where the tradition comes from. It comes from Babylon, right? But so what's it got to do with the Lord? Nothing. Nothing at all. But they've incorporated it in supposed worship of the Messiah, which is not. The 25th of December has nothing to do with the Lord whatsoever. He wasn't born in this time. You know, the Lord was born in the spring. Okay, during the time of the Passover. Right? That's not now. You know? Spring represents new beginnings. You know? That kind of stuff. This time is all about the winter solstice. You know? So, like I said, it's just been incorporated, and it allows all these different nations and all these different traditions or whatever to compile them into one day, and everybody can celebrate on this one day. And that's why you'll find all nations and all people celebrating Christmas for one reason or another. You know? So they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. Right? Because these were idols. They worship these trees. They had the whole thing going on with this tree. You know, why they put presents underneath it and all that kind of stuff. You know? They feared, because they feared that if they didn't leave presents and whatever, they thought they were going to get cursed or whatever, So they're upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They're not alive. I mean, you just chopped it out of the ground. But there's no God associated with it. Right? This God, the so-called God isn't going to do nothing. He can't do nothing. It doesn't exist. Right? They must needs be born because they cannot go. They can't do nothing. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. And this is the thing. Fear is always a great motivator, right? So, when you got Jake around these heathens, speaking about in this time, because obviously the traditions are kind of lost a little bit, but in that time, if you wasn't involved, man, these people are looking at you, man. They're looking at you crazy, and you're scared. You think there's something bad. If I don't put this tree up and put the present under the tree and all this kind of stuff, you think something bad's gonna happen to you. This God's gonna judge you, right? And so you just get roped in because you're scared, And like I said, you just keep doing it. Your children are doing it, and it just carries on. And like I said, that's how traditions, kind of come to be, So, it's just one of those things. You tell someone that you don't celebrate Christmas, people look at you strange, man. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But no, what the fuck's wrong with you? Do you know what the fuck you're doing? Do you have any idea? No, these guys ain't got a bloody clue, man. It's just for them, it's just an excuse to fucking eat and fucking drink and shit, man. I'm off work, you know what I'm saying? Christmas, all the fucking songs and shit, fuck. All that annoying shit. Alright. It says, so be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, right? They can't curse you, they can't do you harm. Neither also is it them to do good, right? So you're not gonna get a blessing from doing all that shit either. Oh, I'm good because I did Christmas and I got everyone presents and I'm such a good person. You ain't gonna get blessed. In fact, you're gonna piss off the Most High. Something bad gonna happen this year. Because that's not who we should be worried about. We should be worried about the Heavenly Father, right? But you don't understand who that is, right? And how to worship Him, right? And you're doing all these wrong things, even though you're being told that these things are not right. But at the end of the day, you have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Right? So for as much there is none like unto thee, like the Most High Yahweh. O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. All right? It's the Most High that we need to be focusing on and getting to know, through the scriptures. All right? This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. It says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. All right? Like I said, people just want to get along, man. They don't want to, rub people up the wrong way, so they just get involved, man. And that's what it's like. Back in ancient times, you ran the heathen, that you just did what the heathen do. It's like that saying in Rome: you do as the Romans do. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, because you don't want to, you don't want to upset nobody, man. You don't want to offend nobody. You don't want to offend no God and this and that, because they had a fucking multitude of gods, right? You better worship Diana when you go into Ephesus and all this kind of stuff. That's how it was. But we're seduced by all these traditions and these customs, man, and we just get involved thinking that it's our own now because we've been made to believe it's got something to do with the Lord, and it absolutely don't. But like I said, hopefully this is the last time, man. But hopefully this kingdom is destroyed, next year. We hope that, sincerely hope that, this place is destroyed, man. And there ain't gonna be no next Christmas. Or at the very least, man, even if this place is not destroyed at this point, at that point, that you can't hold a Christmas, man. That you can't be safe in your homes and all that kind of business. And there's kind of World War and all kind of martial law and all kinds of stuff going on, all crazy stuff going on. You can't even get turkeys because there's famine and anything. And at the very least, that's what we're hoping for next year. You know what I'm saying? That you can't even hold no Christmas, man. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink." Okay, this drink is these philosophies, these traditions, and all that I'm talking about. Okay, it's been given to us to celebrate like it's our own, like we're somehow part of this. No, we're being involved in wickedness. Okay, we're being brought into the wickedness, man. Right? It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also." Like these people, they're not sober minded, man. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't understand what they're doing. They just think this is fun and games, man. But you're committing a crime right now, man, against the Heavenly Father. So that they may also look on their nakedness, your shame. Right? Because right now you're naked, man. You don't realize it, man. We're trying to clothe you, man. We're trying to give you this truth, so you can clothe yourself, man, and repent. But you, man, ain't interested in that. This is Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. It says, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men." All this stuff is tradition of men. Okay, it has nothing, it's not rooted in the scriptures at all. Pardon me. It said, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. Got nothing to do with him. All this that you're doing. This is Ezekiel 20, verse 7. Then said I unto them, "Cast ye away every man the abomination of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord, Yahweh, your God." Right? The idols of Egypt were not gods, they weren't ours, right? "But they rebelled against me and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abomination of their eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt." Like these people, they can't forsake these idols that they're dealing with today. They can't forsake Jesus Christ, the white one, the leper Christ, right, in the churches. Okay, they can't get rid of the Christmases and if you're into Islam, you can't get rid of the what's this dude's name, man? the Allah and the Muhammads and all this stuff, and all these other religions, the Buddhas, and they can't leave them, man. This is So neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt. But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen. Right? Again, the Most High's name is important, man. It's not, you don't want it polluted, misused, and all this kind of stuff, that it should not be polluted before the heathen, among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them in bringing them forth out of the land of Egypt. Wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness. And I gave them my statutes and shewed them my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbaths, right? The Most High gave us high holy days to honor and to celebrate and to reflect, right? The Most High gave us those already. Okay, you think that all this other stuff, man, that's extra and doesn't belong to us, man. And all it's doing is corrupting us, right? So moreover, I also gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord that sanctified them. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes. You're not concerned about what's written here in the scriptures. That's why you're too ignorant to know that Christmas is not a real thing. Christmas is not in the scriptures. But apparently, like, all these Christians want to celebrate Christmas. They don't seem to care. Easter and all this business. They don't care about the scriptures. They don't care about the word of the Heavenly Father. Okay, that's all a front. They're all frauds, man. You know? It says, but the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes, and they despised my judgments. Right? They don't really like these scriptures. You know? That's why what they go to listen to is doctrine, false doctrine. That's what they like to go there to hear. They don't like to go hear the word of the Lord. They go out there to hear fucking mantras and talks of prosperity and love and forgiveness and, you know. But when it comes down to actual teaching the word, they don't really want to hear all of that. You know? It says, which if a man do, he shall even live in them, and my Sabbaths they greatly polluted. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them. But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen in whose sight I brought them out. Yet also I lifted up my hand unto them in the wilderness, that I would not bring them into the land which I had given them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands, because they despised my judgments and walked not in my statutes. It continues to this day. They don't want to walk into the statutes and the commandments of the Lord. Right? They want to do what they like doing according to their own traditions, you know. It says, but polluted my Sabbaths, for their heart went after their idols. Like, you rather go after these traditions that have been set up, like the Christmases. Okay, put up your trees and all this stuff. You'd rather do that because you enjoy doing it. You know, you like doing it. You know, but it's not scriptural, man. It's not right. Okay, these are corruptions that you're participating in, man. Idol worship that you're participating in. You know. So nevertheless, my eye spared them from destroying them, neither did I make an end of them in the wilderness. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers. Don't continue doing what they were doing, just because they were doing it. Okay? Because what they were doing was wrong. So the thing for us is that when when the Lord brought us into this truth, okay, we have to cast these things away. You know, and this is why, your family starts looking strange at you, your friends start looking at you strange and stuff like that, because you're not doing the same things that they were doing or the same things you were doing before with them. You're not participating in the same things that they participate with anymore. And so now you're strange to them. You're like an outcast. You're like a black sheep of the family type thing. You stand out. It's like, what's wrong with this dude? Oh, he's into that Bible, or they think you're onto some next shit, because they're just ignorant anyway. They don't know what the hell you're doing, man. Even if you explain it to them, they're still talking, man. They're not really listening. Or he's just strange. But that's what when you get educated, this is what you're supposed to do. Upgrade, man, and apply that knowledge, man. Not just remain ignorant. Well, it's Christmas, man. I gotta decorate my house and do all this and that and roast some turkey or whatever. You ain't gotta fucking do all that shit. Let's say if someone invites you for dinner, man. Fucking, hey, you gotta eat anyway, right? Fuck it. Who gives a shit? Christmas ain't even a real thing. These idols are not real. I say I was there today. I was in my house on my own, and my mom rings me out of the blue, saying we got a spare seat. You want to come and eat dinner? I was like, yeah, man, why not, innit? I don't have to cook later anyway. You know what I'm saying? So what difference does it make? And my family not particularly religious anyway, so I just wait for dinner, innit? Have my food and I'm back home. But yeah, but people are, they're like involved. What I'm saying? These people out here are involved in the whole Christmas festive season thing. So they go to town with it. They make sure they put themselves in debt, right? Buy their own presents and food and shit. They make sure the house is decorated. They make sure the tree's up, right? They make sure their bill is expensive electric bill is expensive next month, right? They make sure they go in. You know, they put their effort in. They're spiritually in tune with it all. You know what I'm saying? But for us, it's just another fucking day, man. You know, the elites have um you know, what's the word I'm looking for, man? The elites are invested in this day because they worship these idols. They want, you know, everybody to, you know, feed into that energy, and you know, it's for them, you know, for them to do their witchcrafts and shit. They're doing all kind of wickedness right now today, you know, behind the closed door, you know, behind the closed doors, and you know, wherever they at, man. You know, trying to let off something for next year or tomorrow or whenever, man. Trying to get something done, you know. Um, Back here though, it says I think was that what I wanted. I'll read 18 again. It says, but I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. So you're meant to come out of this. You're not doing what you're doing anymore. You're doing what you're doing is wrong. You know, tell people I don't celebrate Christmas. Oh well, why is that then? Oh, it's pagan, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it ain't got nothing to do with the Lord. Okay, you know, you don't have to. I'm just saying, you know, I've said that in the past to certain people or whatever, but you know, maybe I explain a little bit of it, maybe depending who it is I'm talking to, innit? But you know, we're not involved in that no more. All right. It says verse 19 says, I am the Lord, Yahweh, your God. Walk in my statutes, not in the father's statutes, you know, what they were doing, what they believed in and all that kind of, don't worry about what they were doing. They were doing wrong. Right? Same with you know, our families now, they're doing wrong. You're doing wrong. um Yeah, I am the Lord your God. Walk in my statutes and keep my judgments and do them. Hollow, honor, or you know, make holy my Sabbaths. Well, you know, that's the day of our there are high holy days. Hallow means to make holy, right? Hallow my Sabbaths. That's what we should be doing. That's what these people should be doing out here. But most people don't concern themselves with that. You know, a few groups do, but most of these people, they don't do no Sabbaths. Hold no Sabbaths, you know, no new moons or nothing like that. So that, and hallow my Sabbaths, and they shall be a sign between me and you, that ye may know that I am the Lord your God. All right. It says, notwithstanding the children rebelled against me that walked not in my statutes. So all this is rebellion. All this that people are doing out here today and all that is rebellion, right? They walk not in my statutes, neither kept my judgment to do them, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. They polluted my Sabbaths. They didn't keep them. They didn't honor them. They didn't keep them holy, right? Then I said, I would pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness. And, you know, we know how that turned out for those guys. You know, you read the story, right? So that's it, man. You need to, you know, get on what the Lord told us to do, you know, to hold in esteem, to hallow, you know, rather than these days. And like I said, man, it's just bullshit, man. You know, but Lord willing, this will be the last one. You know. This is Zechariah chapter 13 and 2. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land. Right? So like I said, Lord, this is the last one, man. In time soon to come, you're not going to see these traditions no more. You're not going to hear about any of these gods or idols associated with these traditions anymore. Okay, they're not going to exist anymore. That includes Jesus Christ. Right? Because that ain't nothing but an idol as well. Right? That is not the name of the Heavenly Father's Son. Right? So the Lord's going to get rid of them. Right? So it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land, and they shall no more be remembered. And also I will cause the prophets and the unclean spirit to pass out of the land. Okay, so they're not going to be spoken of no more. They're not going to be remembered anymore. Okay, these traditions that are here in this world are not going to exist anymore. Okay. It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 11. So therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of God they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men and a snare to the feet of the unwise. Right? These people are all unwise, man, and they're corrupted by all these things that exist in the world. You know, thinking that this is somehow righteous or holy, man, and it's not. Right? Verse 12, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life. Right? All this is a corruption. Because now we're revering things that are no gods, that didn't do anything or haven't done anything. Okay, all praises should be to the Heavenly Father for the things that He have done, the things that He have put here, the things that He have given you. You know? But you got people here worshipping things that never did a damn thing for them, man. You know? Men just making up shit as they go along, you know? It says, for neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever, right? So when this earth was created, and men were created, there were no idols, no gods, you know, so-called gods, you know? But that's something that happened in the process of time, okay, which this chapter goes into, which I ain't going to read now, but you can read it in your own time. Chapter 14 here, right? It goes into how idols came about, right? But they weren't there at the beginning. All right? And like the Most High is saying, they're not going to be here in the end. Right? They're going to be removed from the earth. And there's only one power. There's only one God. And all men, all peoples shall know who that God is. Right? I'm going to close out with 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 28 here, or something 27. So for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. All these lies, right? They're gonna be destroyed. The lies are gonna be destroyed, right? So as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Right? Everyone's gonna know that what everyone was doing is bullshit, man. It was wrong, right? And they were all ignorant. Okay, and they refused to hear this word, refused to hear the truth. Okay, but they're going to have to hear the truth, man. The truth's going to be inescapable in that time. Right? There ain't going to be no doubt in the truth. Because right now, there's a whole bunch of confusion in this world, man, and people don't know what to believe. Right? But things are going to be very clear in that day. That's what Yahushua is coming to do. He's coming to bring clarity. Clarity and order to everything. Right? And that's why there ain't going to be no need for no idols, man. Right? It's going to be obvious that these idols don't exist because they didn't do shit to save it or help anybody, man. Okay? It's our power, our God that came, right? And did everything that He said He was going to do. Ain't nobody else coming to step in to take any glory away from Him. It's not going to happen. Right? No Allah is going to come and help no Arabs. Ain't going to help no Arab. They're going into slavery. Where's Allah? Why didn't Allah stop them? Because He's an idol. And stone and wood and stone. That's it. That's all it was. It was a made up lie. You know, the same with all these other ones. You know, these statues and Buddhas and the fucking all these mythical fucking 8-armed gods, blue gods, Shiva gods, and all this fucking crazy shit, man. None of them are gonna be here when the Lord does His thing. So there's gonna be evidence in that day. Proof is gonna be in the pudding, as they say. Right? So the idols are gonna be done away with, and these people are not gonna worship no idols, man. It's gonna be outlawed, man. It's going to be because everything's going to be according to the law that's written here in the scriptures, man. Thou shalt not have no other God besides me. For the first commandment, man. That's it. And that's going to be the same for everybody else. There's going to be no other God. You're going to worship Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's going to be as simple as that, man. Right? So, like I said, Lord willing, man, this is the last time, we go through this, man. Lord willing, man. We see some pivotal moments next year. That's going to lead us to the MOTB and World War III and ultimately our salvation, man. All right, so You know, I'm gonna end it there though. Low win is a bit edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.